Good morning, everybody. We have a lot of interesting things to get to, so let's get started. Tariffs are still in the news. We all know about Trump's trip to Saudi Arabia and the Middle East last week. And of course, tariffs are the underlying thing in this too. So, just a couple of headlines having to do with China. Here's one. Trump trade officials will present a hard line in China, but internally they are divided. That probably doesn't surprise you. Trump denies reaching a deal with China on ZTE. That's one of their telecom companies. There you go. And here's one from the New York Times. Trump moves to end trade war with China. Business asks, was it worth it? So why do I show you these headlines? All those headlines were from 2018 and 2019. People forget we had a trade war with China back then, and we are repeating the same pattern today. I bet all of you thought those were headlines from this last week. So, what happened back then, and how does it parallel today, and why does it matter to you? It was the same pattern. Trump started high, which is natural in a negotiation. He came down, they hammered through it, and the tariffs remained in place, except at a new level. This is what they're signaling now. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent said this just last week. He said, okay, why were we able to get through the impasse with China so quickly? He said everybody was just ready for it. We knew we needed to get started. They want to have all this done within 90 days. All right, got it. Now, do tariffs really move the economy? And what we learned back in 2018, 2019 is the answer is no. They move it a little bit. Yes, they have some effect, but it's not what you think. It's the fundamentals, the foundation of an economy that really decides whether markets go up or down, whether the Fed moves rates or not. And that's what I want to get to today. Remember, it was a couple of months ago, we talked about how much the Biden administration, how do I say this gently, fudged the numbers during the election year to make things look better than what they were. And one of those big numbers was the employment report. Look at all the jobs we're creating. And Walt and I said back then, look, this doesn't make any sense. This is not lining up. This is all created on paper. This isn't real new employment. The reason I bring this up, and now we're going into wonk world, there is something that the Bureau of Labor and Statistics puts out. It's a report. It's called the BEDS report. And it's make sure I get it right. Business Employment Dynamics Report. We all know it by the acronym BEDS. Employment Dynamics. Here's what this thing is. This is the deep, deep, deep dive into employment going back a year. They are really going down company by company, sector by sector, and they come up with a real number, not the flash number we get that gives you a headline every time, and saying what really happened over the last year. Right now, they are erasing hundreds of thousands of jobs from last year. What it's telling you is this: the economy that was resilient and great during the election year, and we said, trust your eyes, it's not what you thought. This is what the BEDS report is saying. And we're starting to see this now with layoffs out of Amazon and Microsoft and Google. The economy's not collapsing. We're not saying that. But what Biden did was he laid a mess of an economy at the feet of Trump. Will the tariffs contribute to this? Yes. Do we need to, as we said, rip the Band-Aid off to get through this? The answer is probably yes, but please don't think that the economy is as solid as what you hear in the newspapers. It probably isn't. You're going to be learning more about the truth later this year. It's not a panic thing, but please know Walt and I are trying to get to the truth of this stuff and look past the headlines. We believe we've got you situated right. And with that, I'll turn it over to Walt.